Most men have gave up on dating. So it's easier now than ever before, especially when you get on Body Game. I was looking at some of the numbers and oh man, the average man is down bad. A lot of guys, they complain, especially in the black pill space. Oh, I don't have the right genetics. Oh, I'm not the right height. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. They just want to complain. And I always tell you guys, there's a lot of guys out here with amazing genetics, but they waste it. They never try to maximize everything. So even if you have, you could say inferior genetics, if you max them out, you still beating out majority of guys because that's how down bad the average man is. 40% of American men are obese. 40%. So 2 out of 5 guys are obese. And then out of 3 out of 5 left, how many of them are actually in good shape? Only 10% of men in America have visible abs. Only 10%. I believe that's under 30. Only 10% of men have visible abs in America. That shows you how rare the body game is. And that's why I keep preaching the body game, because it becomes less common day by day while people eat away their lives. And the people that really lock in on their diet, lock in with the gym, then you have a better physique than 90% of people if you just took it serious. So you need to stop looking at all these people online and be like, oh, I don't have that. It's a lot more rare than you even could imagine. Because you look at these celebrities, these Hollywood actors, you look at the 1 in 100 million physique. You looking at the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the guys that's taking roids, and you're like, man, I got shitty genetics. But really, bro's taking a whole bunch of stuff in. We can do it the longevity way. We ain't trying to look like a goddamn juice head in a couple months. We can go the long way. You know, most women, when it comes to looks, when it comes to that physique that turns to a freak, you ain't got to be on the juice, my boy. You ain't got to be on the juice. So I just really want y'all to know how down bad the average man is. Only 10% of men have visible abs. A lot of you guys worry, oh, my abs don't look that good. Well, shit, only 10% in America have visible abs. So if you go to the gym and you work hard and you put in the work, you're already in the top 10% when it comes to physiques. Because most of these people look like shit. Most of these people aren't moving enough. Most of these people aren't lifting. Most of these people aren't eating nowhere near their protein goals. Most of these guys, their testosterone is in the goddamn toilet. Because they don't move. They don't work out. They don't eat healthy food whatsoever. But just think about it though. 40% of Americans are obese. Obese is pretty damn fat. Let's keep it real. You got to be pretty big to be obese. We got to keep it real. Next that I wanted to talk about is 1 in 3 men haven't had sex in the past year. And then another study I saw, they said 30 to 35% of men said they would rather watch pornography than go pursue sex with a real woman. And this is why I talk about how dangerous pornography was. And I said, if I was in charge, we had that thing banned. A lot of countries do have it banned. And I know some people like, oh, that's too extreme. But when you really look at the detrimental effects of pornography, ooh, man, it's evil. I realize like a lot of guys, they will complain about the current state of the average woman. You know, but how did we get here? Pornography played a big role in how a lot of these women moved. Because I promise you, a lot of these women you're talking to, dating, seeing, the girl you go to school with, the girl you go to work with, whatever it may be, a lot of these women have considered doing OnlyFans. I promise you. I promise you, a lot of these women have considered doing OnlyFans because they see it on social media 24/7. It looks like the best life you could possibly have. So it's more out there. You see how a lot of these women dress nowadays. A lot of these women dress like they sell their bodies. Let's say what it is. You know, and I realized like the audience of women kind of went up lately on my YouTube channel. And you know, I used to get a good bit of hate on my YouTube channel when I talk about Big Bat Beluga out well. They're like, oh, you shouldn't talk about women like that. But I remember a while ago, I was talking to a girl, and I don't know why. I told her, you know, don't watch my YouTube videos. You're not gonna like what I'm saying. You know, I know she don't want to hear me talk for real. You know what I'm saying? Some people can handle the raw truth, the no filter. Other people can't. So I was telling her like, don't watch my videos. because I don't want you to get upset. Anyway, she go watch my videos, and then she tell her friend about it, and then her friend watching my videos, and she like, my friend was low-key agreeing with you. And I said, well, shit, if she believes in truth, yeah, she should agree with me. Because I'm real across the board. Like, I'm not picking and choosing. And a lot of guys, they pick and choose online. A lot of guys in the manosphere, red pill space, they're going to tell these guys what they want to hear. I'm going to tell you the real. Because even when I look at things like this, dog, I would hear guys in the red pill, the manosphere space say, oh, a man can have kids whenever. And that may be true, but it's like, should a man be having kids after the age of 40, 45? Probably not. Just like a woman shouldn't be having kids in her late age. A man shouldn't be having kids in his late age either. Like, they fail to mention that when you're an older man, you have more chances of mutations and bad quality sperm getting pregnant, and then your kids has a chance of being worse off. But they fail to mention that. They only talk about how when women get older, the kid has a more likelihood of autism and Down syndrome like that, but they never say it with the guy. Like, a man shouldn't be having kids past the age of 45. A woman shouldn't be having kids past the age of 35. And even then, even 35, you're kind of pushing it. Even 45, you're pushing it as a man. That's if you stay healthy. But, like, I see people push a certain agenda that really fits with what they believe in. Like, I believe in the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we should be telling men they got way more time than what they actually do. And I think this is how a lot of guys are thinking, dog. They think, oh, I got until I die. I can have a kid at 50. I can have a kid at 60. And it's like, that may be true, but you shouldn't be having a kid at no 50, 60 years old. Because you're taking greater risk. And this is why everybody thinks we're growing up so slowly. I mean, we are growing up slowly. This is what I want you guys to know, though. A lot of people are moving slow, dog. They think, oh, I can start a family in my 40s and my 50s. It's no rush. But I'm saying, you both have a time clock. Now, the man, he has about 10 more years, and the man definitely ages better than the woman. We got to be honest about that. We age way better than y'all. But at the same time, men still have a clock. A man still shouldn't be having kids in super late age because you're taking greater risk. But like I said, some people, they just always back guys. Some dudes, always, I don't appreciate that. I appreciate the truth and the honesty. Like, okay, this how it is. You're taking risk once you hit this age. Let's not do that. Chest, because I see a lot of guys, they just want to be lied to. That's what I realize. Like, a lot of guys, they just want to be lied to. A lot of guys, they want to find a creator online that wants to code. And I've seen a lot of guys like, Cole, man, your channel should have been blown up. Like, what's going on, dog? They're like, dog, your channel is that shit, dog. Your channel needs to blow up. And I'm not like gonna say anybody's name or anything, but I've seen people that started YouTube about the time I started, and I'm like, damn, they got more subscribers than me, and I watched a couple of their videos, and it was low-key shit. No disrespect. I ain't saying no names. But then I think about it, I'm like, well, some guys, they just like to hear what they believe. So they're not gonna watch the guy that's constantly might be pointing a finger at you. I point a finger at myself. I might point a finger at you every now and then because I want to get down to the truth. If you're coping and you're watching me, you're going to know I'm probably going to call you out a couple times. Like, if I just came online and said, oh, you got to get on your grind. You don't have time for dating. A lot of guys will like that and they'll be like, yeah, he's right. And they would keep watching my content because I'm helping them cope. I'm going along with the lies that they're telling themselves. So that feels good. But when some people, now some people, they're going to appreciate the honesty. They're going to appreciate when I called him out because I called myself out. For a long time, I was avoiding dating because I was just like, oh, I'm on my grind. Oh, I'm focused on sports. All this other shit, and it's like, well, another guy, he's focused on sports and he still got a girl, or he's smashing chicks. And I'm not telling you guys to just be smashing chicks left and right, but I'm saying you have time to go on dates. Let's not act like you so serious you have no time at all. It's like, no, that's bullshit. And you just have to make your time more meaningful. You just have to filter out the women that add value and that don't add value. If you're really that serious about getting your work done, find a woman that can help you with your work, or find a girl that's easy to chill with. When you're done with your work, you can relax. So now the next day you can attack it with more energy. But this is why I believe like some people are not going to like the content for real. Because some people don't like to be called out. Some people would rather just stay in that drag where you're getting lied to. Like I said, 30 to 35% of men said they would rather watch pornography than go try to have sex with a real woman. What did that tell you? That they have gave up. They don't have any interest. So if I pander towards that type of crowd of people, the guys that have been watching pornography, and there's a lot of people lying online. There's a lot of guys that would talk about semen retention and all this other stuff, but they still masturbating. They still watching pornography. And that's why I said it's not realistic. I'm not saying you can't go periods with withholding sex and really using your energy on different things. I'm not saying that. But for the vast majority of these guys, they're not doing that. They'll cope. They'll put it off. They say, I'm focused on myself. Oh, I don't have time for dating. But really, they just coping. Really, they just got anxiety. It's the same thing with the gym. A lot of people say, I don't have time for the gym. Really, they got anxiety when they walk into that gym. Really, they worried about people looking at them when they go to the gym. Really, they don't want to walk into the gym and look like they have no clue what they're doing, so they're scared. But they'll just say, I don't have time. But the truth is they're not making time. And they have plenty of time they can make. Because they spend the time on social media. They spend the time watching pornography. The average person spends many hours on social media every single day. Spends so much time on your phone. But somehow you don't have time. Somehow you don't have time for dating. But you play the video game every night. You don't have time for dating. But you was watching pornography for an hour last night. But you don't have time for dating. But you was on your phone. Screen time looked like 8 hours yesterday. Some crazy shit like that. Your screen time 8-9 hours. But you ain't got time for dating. Knock it off. And I think that's why some people aren't going to resonate with my message. I feel like you got to be one, especially for the women. For the women, you got to have thick skin to really listen to me. You got to have thick skin. Especially in today's world, you can't tell the same jokes like you used to. Like, I be watching Martin a good bit. And sometimes they say certain things on Martin. I'm like, yeah, that wouldn't slide on TV today. You know what I mean? Like, the world has definitely got a lot more sensitive. And especially when it comes to women. A lot of times you say one thing, they shutting off. You say one thing they don't like, they shutting it off. So you really got to have thick skin to be a woman and listen to me. And even with the dudes, like, you got to want the truth. A lot of guys don't want the truth. They want to be coddled. They want to be comforted. They want to be stuck in that cope. But that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure to like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.